it kind of helped them advance. I mean, do you think this was a conspiracy?
You gotta go with Jacob Butter. You gotta go lefty.
No, we're talking about the players. That's tournament champion into the podcast.
There he is, right there.
Oh, he doesn't even know how to watch. Go to youtube.com and search Down Lane Podcast. What's up, guys? Welcome to Down Lane Podcast. We are streaming live from the lab at Town and Country Lanes on the Down Lane Bowling channel. I'm your host, Kyle Haines, and with me is the assistant to the host, Anthony Scaccia. That's the sound effect we need. We need the crowd cheering.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Austin
from my
Van
bowling
Buren.
fans.
What?
That wasn't from my bowling fans. That was from my golf fans.
That's right. Austin Van Buren on the controls today. Welcome. Welcome back again. Yeah, you need the golf clap.
Austin also has golf fans.
Austin and Anthony are fresh off the grass today from the
The 50-degree weather with 30-mile-an-hour winds. I'm warm. Are you? Austin played in a short-sleeve shirt.
A whole day. I was
you
the
didn't
only
even
one
bring
there.
a long sleeve shirt.
No, I was the only one there. Only one there in short
Yeah.
sleeves.
Wow.
Strange.
Bold strategy. Caught.
Yeah, a
I
lot
had
of people mentioned it.
Long sleeve shirt, short sleeve shirt, sweater, long johns, shorts, sweatpants. And then there's Austin.
And then the
Anthony-
windsuit parka.
When Anthony walked in, he looked like he just came off the street.
I literally was the worst dressed person there. But it's fine because I was warm.
Did you have your duct tape
With a
golf bag?
Yeah.
Yes, he did. With like a 50-year-old John Deere hat.
Yeah, I wore a John Deere hat today. Because that's the only hat I could find.
Oh,
That's
man.
fantastic.
Yeah, somebody said, "What happened to your bag?" I was like, "I don't know. I just found it on the street." And they were like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
I will say, Anthony has some relics in his golf bag.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't even know if he has them still in there, but he has actual woods.
Yeah, I got real woods. Like wood woods.
Yeah. Not
No, he didn't try
not
hitting
just-
one.
not woods meaning like, a Titleist titanium 5 wood.
No, it's real wood.
Actual hardwood woods from 1920 whatever. I don't even know what
My
year that
putter is Spalding. That's all it says on it. Spalding. There's no patent. No, there's only a patent number on it. And that's it. There's no name of it. It's just a Spalding, and it looks like it's from 1930.
What's up, Kevin? What's up, Jacob? Welcome to the show, boys. Let's see, Jake. What are you saying? He always looks like he just woke up. Did
Yep.
he show up brushing his teeth?
I have done that before. I think at the Invitational one year, I got back from Canada at like 3 a.m. Or no, my mom drove back. And we got here at like 7 or 8, and I just came to work and brushed my teeth on the way in.
Pizza wings. What's going on?
I did have wings for dinner. And so
Me
did
too.
Kyle.
I did. I
That's
had wings and tots. Just anything in the deep fryer just went into my belly.
Oh,
Tell me
man.
how you're feeling later.
Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel as usual. If you are listening on iTunes or Spotify or your favorite podcast service, don't forget to give us a 5-star review because that always helps us out, and share with your friends. Tell everybody about your favorite bowling podcast, Down Lane Podcast.
Deke, what's up?
What's up, Rich? Rich
Richie?
was in the golf group
Dude,
today,
Richie,
right?
Richie was striping it today.
He also bought, for a good guy move, he bought 4 mulligans for the team.
We didn't use them all.
We only used 3.
How
We
stupid
played
are
even.
we?
We played good. We played good. Where are we going to do a mulligan?
What place did you guys?
There's a
finish?
couple putts
We don't know.
last.
It was make
It
a
wasn't
wish.
last.
You
There's
guys
no
got
way
the
we
most
were
honest
last.
award.
No,
We
'cause-
definitely got the most
No, we
honest
tied
award.
with my buddy's group.
100%.
Who was there?
Okay, well they were
That's
honest too. No, we had
Man.
2 birdies, 1 bogey. Everything
that's
else
good.
was pars.
Yeah, we played par
Did
golf.
we get a one
Yes.
single birdie when we
No.
played?
We parred and we got really excited.
The last scramble tournament I played in, I birdied on the first, solo birdied on the first.
Pretty
Used all
sure
my
we
shots.
Wow.
Shipped in on the first hole at Pine Haven. And we were so excited. People thought we eagled, but we parred. We were so happy that we
That's
weren't
always-
last on the first. Like
Oh,
we
man.
weren't last at that point, and then we were in last after that.
Anthony,
That's fantastic.
we have that shirt, We'll Bowl for Food. There's a reason for that. After lunch, Anthony hit the best drive of the day.
That's all I could do.
Nice.
After I got some.
Did you
food-
use it?
Yeah.
Use
Oh
it?
yeah.
What do you mean? I almost drove the green.
It was dead center. It was dead center of the fairway.
It was dead center.
Just because it was a 270-yard par 3.
I smoked that thing.
I think it was a 340, 350 yard par 4.
Nice.
And we were looking at like 70 in.
not half bad. I actually hit it really good.
Damn.
I think the wind held it from going right though.
The wind did hold it up a little
It's
bit.
sheer winds from
Dude,
the
the wind-
sheer winds from the right.
I swear to God, Kyle, you tap the ball on a green. If there was a gust, it's off the green.
Wow. Well,
It
they
just-
have fast greens at
They
Orchard
do,
Creek.
and they were really fast today.
Yeah.
They
And
definitely
it hasn't
did.
rained in a while,
they
so they
did
were
really good
probably
prep.
really fast.
I was an excellent lag putter for the team.
Oh yeah,
I went first every time.
he did. He got it. He got it within a putter's length every time.
Nice.
I'm an excellent lag putter.
So
Very good. Very
you got to
good.
know where you
I
are
was
on the
short
team.
a
Like
lot.
Austin was good, Rich is good, Marcel's good, and then there's me. I'm the glue guy. You know,
I don't-
I'm the rally monkey.
You're holding the team together.
Like, hey, wow, your swing speed's really fast. If you get in the fairway, wow, we've got a great drive. If you don't, there's always next hole.
that's right.
I got to be
That's
honest. He might be in contention with Bryson on the swing speed.
Swing speed is
Contact, just not the contention.
Right. I'm wondering how hard the the grounds crew is going to have to work tomorrow after he was on the course.
Well,
beaver tail.
me and Richie fixed a lot of divots that
I didn't have too
the
many
other
for me, though.
participants
from others.
weren't fixing. So
I wasn't terrible. Like, you didn't have to fix any of my ball marks
Hmm.
because I didn't hit it on
No.
the green to have
You're
a
right.
ball
We're not
mark.
worried about ball marks. We're worried
he
about
did.
divots.
He did.
packing up the course.
He did sail a par 3 right into the water.
Oh, yeah.
I
They're
mean,
I'm like, how far is this? They're like 150. I'm like, 8 iron sounds good.
yes. He,
And I've hit my 7 iron apparently 200 before. My father's told me, like, you know, on a really good hit.
Yeah.
And I smoked this.
By
thing straight
good,
in
he
the
means
water.
he sculled it and went dead
dude.
straight.
Yeah. If I skull a
think I
7 iron,
sculled
it
it.
can get that.
I mean,
far.
I got it good, but you know, it wasn't a horrible hit. I mean,
But,
if it wasn't in the water, it was close.
Yes, Pizza Wings. He does have
Yeah, I took
the
a huge
baseball player slice.
Yeah, I took a huge divot. It was pretty good. Baseball
But I
players
can't
work on.
say much. I also have a baseball player slice, just not as bad.
Listen,
I have a
I'm-
little more time in it.
I'm really good, you know, around the greens, like around a foot or two.
He was the most consistent on the greens, I say.
I'm actually
I would
not
say.
terrible. I got my 1960s Spalding mini golf putter looking thing, and then
Oh yeah, I remember. It's a cast putter. It's not like it doesn't have.
Yeah.
The only shape is
It's
the L
it's-
shape.
Yes.
It's a half
With the
inch
butt
wide.
end on
yeah,
the back.
it is.
Yeah.
It is not. It is just like pure.
And we
you know,
were all
steel or
using
aluminum
our,
or something. It is not anything
yeah,
special.
they all had these
We
big
all- we
looking
had our
giant
fancy
things. Yeah,
frickin'
like they're-
half
Pick your
moon
ball up
shaped.
after.
Yeah.
and then I've got literally like a Phil Mickelson L.
Oh man.
He did used to use that a lot.
I
Actually.
mean, I got it in the truck if you guys really want to see it. I mean,
No,
it
no,
is
that's
awesome.
okay. That's okay.
And I'm using my Ben Hogan's from 1980.
Yeah, dude. They're blades too.
Yeah, I saw them.
Does that mean they're good?
Blades are what
They're
the
hard
pros
to hit.
use.
They are
No
very
wonder why I'm
hard to
good.
hit.
Doesn't make you good. It makes you worse. Cavity backs make you better.
That is what I have.
By make you better, I mean
So you're telling me
It's more forgiving.
it's the house shot for
you
golf
mean-
clubs.
You mean it's the high-end bowling ball?
Man,
or that too?
I,
Yeah,
I gotta be
it's
honest.
more forgiving.
The house shot
What's
is
up,
not
Bones?
doesn't help me out.
It has helped me out the last few weeks.
Yeah,
I don't
Mr.
know if you
Mr.
guys-
300.
I don't know if you guys have done something to the lanes or what.
Well, when you bowl, we put out a special pattern strike because we don't want our chairs to get broken. They're kind of new.
Can't stand the complaining.
Listen, too many things breaking, man.
I don't break. many things.
Between you and Zach, we can't keep count.
Well, no, we can't keep count with Kyle. Nationals wall, phone, and Nationals chair. So
Chair.
3 or 4 things. I mean,
The
Zach,
wildest
all right,
the
all right.
wildest part about it was the guy looked right at it and just said, "Nope, not my
I'm
problem."
not dealing with this. I have seen nothing. I am leaving.
yeah, overall, I think I'm going to take up a new hobby.
Oh.
Pretty good. I'm an absolute unit on the golf course.
I think you should golf more. I think you'd be a good golfer if you played more than 4 times a year.
I mean, I told some guy was watching me hit, and he's like, "Man, you're hitting pretty good." And I'm like, "Yeah, you can only get good in like 30 minutes of practice." Before you, like, you know, he's
You can only get so good.
Yeah,
He was-
that's what I mean.
he
You
was
only
a
get-
limit.
Yeah,
He was hitting it very good on the driving range.
I'm always good in the range. Balls don't
Yeah.
spin.
That's right. I tell you, when we went to the range that we played at Western one time this summer, and all 3 of us were on the driving range, and we're just hitting them dead straight. They're not going too far because they're range balls, but they're hitting all of them are going dead straight. And then we're like, man, that was a good session.
All right, let's get out there.
Yeah. And
Why
then,
didn't I play this game longer ago?
and then your dad strolls in. I think he did go end up and chip a couple off the range
Yeah.
from some of our
Yeah, he
basket.
went into the middle of the driving range. It just randomly chipped out.
But then,
That's what he does.
and then he goes, and then he's, I can't remember if it was Nicky or if it was your dad, but we got up there like, yeah, man, we were all hitting it straight. Can't wait for this first shot. And he's like, yeah, range balls don't turn, right? They just go dead straight. And we're like, oh, damn it. And all of us just sprayed the first hole. Like, it was horrible.
I did use a different driver that day, and then because I was using your dad's.
Yeah.
And then I used your dad's at the end. It didn't curve as much.
Right.
So,
your dad's didn't. Your dad's went dead straight.
The white head one. I had to
that
use
was your
that
dad's.
one
Yeah.
That one still flexes a little too much for me.
Yeah. Still a good club, though.
Oh, great.
He
club.
didn't try my driver.
I don't want to break it.
I don't care about that.
Oh, I do. I broke my dad's once.
There you go. Yep, a little bit of down course podcast. That's right, Go Juice. Welcome to the show.
All right.
Listen, we got to talk about some things, and keep the show lively in the beginning of the season because there's not too much to talk about.
Well, that and it's our. I mean, you got to be personable,
Yeah. Talk about the real life.
A lot of people golf nowadays.
So, how was your guys' week this week, bowling wise?
Did you bowl this week? Because
9:50, 7:30.
That's good. That's average. That's not bad.
I shot.
Average? What are you talking about? I'm ecstatic about those.
I
numbers.
shot.
Are you serious?
I think I shot 19 on Monday and then 560 on Tuesday.
Yikes.
Listen, I'm very happy with my I just want to be above 210.
That's basically how it's working for me on Thursdays, and on Tuesdays I'm 230. I've got a 15, almost 20 pin swing between the two leagues.
Do it. Okay, hello.
Let's talk about how the sauce by CTD is snake oil. Pizza wings, we're gonna get there. You buckle up and sit tight because we are on a roll tonight.
All right,
you're on a roll.
Well, before we get to that, we have
Yes.
another segment here.
We got our new segment. So last week, Austin thought of a new segment. Okay. And we put it out there, and we did get our very first video for us to review. I don't know if are we calling it a review?
I don't know.
Reaction?
We'll have to figure out a clicky name that sticks.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing are reaction videos.
Yeah, it's a
right?
reaction
But-
video. Yeah,
so I
pretty
guess we can
much.
call it a reaction or whatever you want to call it.
Reacting to you guys throw bowling balls.
But, what the heck was his name? Nick, I think is his name. Nick.
Hold on.
We got to give him a shout out.
Hold on.
Shout out to the first guy.
But we did get our very first video for us to react to. Again, fair warning to
You ready?
everyone.
Ready for the name?
Yeah, go ahead.
It is Nick Panagos.
Cool. Nick Panagos. I don't even know if that's how you say it. Sounds Greek to me.
Yeah, I mean, I mispronounce names all the time, so we'll just go with that for now. And,
there he is.
Hey, what's
yeah.
going on?
Oh, Nick with no C. Okay. Panagos.
Deke, to answer that question, big old 144 the first game. Yeah,
Lane
five splits. It was
I would
fun.
blame the lanes too.
It was
So-
fun. No, it was me.
So, all right. So let's pull up this video. Let's watch it. Let's see how Nick's game is. All right, we got a. Oh boy.
What
Okay.
the-
Oh, he's two-handed.
He's using the wrong
Jeez.
hand.
First and foremost,
He's using the wrong hand.
Let's-
Two-handed. Well, now hold on.
First and foremost, let me start off number one. First problem that I see right off the bat, Nick, you are bowling in a Bolero. Okay.
What if that's the only one closest to him? No, there's a bigger problem there.
Okay, go ahead.
He's not using purple hammer.
No purple hammer, and
First
he's
of all,
left-handed. Left-handed.
you're left-handed.
No purple hammer.
Two-handed, left-handed. What are you doing now with the purple hammer?
How do you
bro?
have strike one, strike two, but not strike three?
Oh my gosh.
Bolero. And I did look Nick up when he sent us the video.
He's pretty accomplished. He's got a good game. I like his game.
He's from freaking Canada.
Really?
Can you believe this?
Canada, huh?
Canada.
You
Wow.
communist.
He's Canadian.
All right. I will say timing at the line, beautiful.
Looks
All
good.
right. So, okay. So we've ragged on him a little bit.
Well, now hold on
Seriously,
a second.
get
Go ahead,
yourself
go
a
ahead.
purple hammer.
That's a big old step right he takes to get centered back in.
Yeah, he's got a big crossover.
Well, he's got that big. He's
I
the open
understand
up
it's
step
to get
to
the
the
hip
right.
away. I get it.
Yeah. I do that. I not 15 boards like that, but
Yeah, but you don't throw it as hard as him.
no, not at all. I don't have two hands either. Well, I have two hands. I just don't use them both.
First
at
time
once.
finding out you didn't have two hands, Kyle.
What's your initial thoughts here? I think he's got a nice game, man.
He's got a really good game. Don also agrees about the crossover step.
a little bit too much, Don says.
Don, I don't know who you think you are.
This is all
I
in
am.
retrospect too. take it with a grain of salt. If it's
Oh,
working
he does
for
have
you.
a purple, Anthony. He does have a purple. He says.
Oh,
Good boy. Good boy, Nick.
And the
It's the wrong colored ball in your hand.
the Facebook profile picture is very suave. You see that
Dapper?
very suave
It's very
Facebook
I think
profile
Dapper
picture.
would be the name they use
Yes.
nowadays.
Suave, dapper. Oh, there's another a new word that all the kids are using, but there's one more thing if you let it play to the end. Whoa, we're going forward and backward.
Rolls it great. Really nice, close to the ankle. Very good.
Down on the lane
Good
very
spine tilt.
quick.
Looks just like the two-handers we see on the tour.
He looks like Simo right there.
Very smooth for a two-hander.
What? You don't think two-handers are smooth?
70% of them. no.
Riz. Sorry, Pizza Wings. I forgot about the Riz. Yes,
what
he's
people
got
call that?
Riz.
That's not even a word.
Skibbity.
It almost looks like he decells a little bit right at the bottom.
I'll take his deceleration over my not have any acceleration.
No, I mean, it looks good. I wouldn't change
Hang on,
it.
I like this guy right here. He does a little horse knee kick. Hey, is that your teammate, Nick? You got a little knee kick. Ready? Hoi! Yeah.
Kyle likes his flailing legs.
Anyway, I think he's got an overall nice game
Great game.
for a
Just,
two-hander.
Purple hammer. Just,
Purple, just throw purple hammer. Anthony will like you. No, I thought it very smooth.
Yeah.
Wasn't too much. I think a lot of two-handers nowadays definitely try to overpower the ball when the ball should be overpowering the lane.
that was his teammate, and
Oh, he's gonna send a video too. Tell him to bring it on.
Send one over.
Hopefully, we didn't scare him off. Yeah, great game. Maybe if there was any advice that you could take from people that don't know what the hell they're talking about, is maybe just reduce that crossover step a little bit.
everything
Yeah,
looks good.
Deke agrees. I think Don agrees. But that was a very nice game. Thanks for sending that in, Nick. We appreciate it.
And I will
First one.
say, Deke and Don are very accomplished in our area.
They and on the PBA 50 National Tour too.
Yep.
Do you
Deke's
think they have a lot of two-handers out there?
on the national tour.
They got
On
Walter.
the PBA 50 tour, I mean.
Walter
They got
Right.
Walter.
But Walter Ray flip flops, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
He
if
does, depending on pattern, I think.
Yeah, he's interesting. But yeah, thanks, Nick. I appreciate it. Keep watching, keep enjoying.
And
Keep
keep
bowling.
bowling.
Oh.
Live, laugh, love.
All right. Shall we get into it? This is why everybody's here.
Nick, don't be afraid to tell your friends. Send the videos in. Appreciate you stopping in, by the way.
I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I thought that.
What?
I just think about the skin. How'd your kids? How'd your wife? I don't know when you said when you were gonna tell your friends.
Wow.
There you go.
Okay. Well, so if people are paying attention
I'm
to
off today. Just 'cause we play golf.
yeah, well, you're out in the sun and the
Wow,
wind.
Don said there's a two-handed lefty on the 50 tour.
Wow. Okay, I'm not even sure who he was referring to.
Must be Australian.
So if you're paying attention to the social medias, recently there was a post about if you're not, or if you have to pay to be a staffer, you're not a staffer or something like that, or you might as well call it a subscription or something.
Yeah.
And this is something that I've actually been chatting about with Anthony and some other folks, and something that we've been talking about doing or discussing on the air. But now that it's out in the ether, I suppose we can discuss it. But anyway, so that's the big topic: is are you trapped or stuck, or are you okay with being in a bowling pyramid scheme, if it's okay to call it that? I don't know what your guys' opinion is. I don't know.
Pyramid scheme.
So, well,
I've seen it from The Office where Jim and Dwight talk about, or Michael Scott's in a pyramid scheme. And he's
basically you pay
rich
to get
quick
into
scheme.
a company to then sell their product. So
And
rather
get
than
nothing in return.
rather than just be employed by the company, you pay them
To be employed by
to
that
be
company.
employed and then sell their product and then get commission off of their products that you have sold. So there's a lot of them out there. Some of them are like what am I trying to say? Some of them are like makeup companies and stuff.
Yep.
The famous ones are Arbonne, and there's another one. Crap, I can't think of it. Anyway, those are like, you pay a bunch of money to get in, and then you have to sell their product, and then
It's
you
all
get
commission
commissions,
based.
right?
The more you sell, the better you do.
There were way worse ones way back in the olden times.
When they used to sell Tupperware and glassware.
That's right. Tupperware was
that was a big one when it came out.
That's a good product.
But
Yeah.
basically, the other thing is you try to get a real pyramid scheme is you buy in, then you try to get other people to buy in under you, so that you're making commission off of them. That's a real pyramid scheme. But we're kind of using the term a little loosely here, but basically what I'm getting at is
This was on the social medias, wasn't it?
It
was
was.
like a huge conversation.
it was a big conversation.
And I just don't feel like it was worth me talking about, but that's why I was saving it for this day.
Okay. Worth him talking about. I'll decide what's worth talking about.
Okay.
Am I worthy?
So I saw Bones said, to be fair, you don't need to pay to be on staff. No, but I think you should be paid to be on staff.
I guess the better question is what would be considered staff?
Right. Like, in my opinion, you're being compensated, right? In order to be on staff. You're a staff. Staff means you're employed in so many words. Or
There's a type of contract.
right. Like, in the example of CTD, for example, because that's kind of what everybody was going after. There's other examples that we can talk about.
I don't
But
really know. I don't think that I don't know. I haven't really looked at the CTD details, but you don't really sign up. You don't really get a discount code, do you?
I don't think so, but you are required to like wear their patches and stuff.
Are you sure you're required to? Is that did you actually have information that says you have to?
You're supposed to represent them.
Okay.
So then there's also a paid level where you have to pay them.
Isn't that the national level though?
Sure, but there's a difference between paying them and actually being a national staffer. Like when you're a national staffer on Storm or Brunswick, you're just getting free stuff. You're not paying them to be on staff.
I mean,
You understand what I'm saying?
Some options you can still pay though. You can pay for other I'm sure it's not all comped.
Who are you talking about?
Even for those guys at like
The bowling ball companies.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's still levels where you would have to pay for it.
But those are like VIP Pro Shop, for example. You're not being sponsored or on staff. That's just a discount for the Pro Shop.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah,
Right.
I was just saying that.
It's a subscription, basically. It's exactly what it is, actually.
So would you call it a subscription?
That's what people were saying online. You should call it a subscription service. You shouldn't call it a staff.
Yeah, but doesn't staff give it just a little bit of a better? Does it really matter if they call it themselves a staff or if they're not?
That's what they're getting at. Is it's really just a marketing ploy. It's trying to trying to get the bowlers to think that they're on staff, quote unquote, in order to spend money on that company. Whereas, for example, if you have a shirt contract with somebody,
technically, I'm in a pyramid scheme.
No.
Yes.
Do you pay for your bowling balls?
It's not about Zelo.
No, you have not paid to be.
Zelo. Yeah. So I'm paying for my shirts. And
Well,
then I'm
if
trying
you-
to get people to buy it at a coat. So technically,
If you
I
decide
would
to
be-
pay, if you
I
don't
would
have
be-
enough points to buy them for free.
Yeah, I wasn't given a point, so technically I'm sort of.
You're not on my level.
That's fine. That's okay with me. Yeah, Deke is right. I am technically, for me, I would be technically in a pyramid scheme for sure. So you're saying that also the shirt business would also be.
Well, there's another company that forces you to buy in. For example, when somebody we know, emailed one of the shirt companies and he asked to be on staff, and they responded with, yes, send us X amount of dollars and you can be on staff.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the shirt companies are like free advertising, like Deke is saying for them, but then it's also like you still have to pay for your at this level, at like a lower level, you
Sure.
still have to pay in to get it, but then you're trying to get your friends to use your code to
Yep.
get the commission off them. So technically, all the shirts would also be counted as a pyramid scheme, Kyle, from the point of view that we're talking about. Would you agree or no?
No, because mine are $0.
Hey, yours is $0, but at mine it would be. I mean, I still get points, but at the same time,
Right. If you choose to buy them, sure.
I still have to buy them. But then I'm
Right.
still trying to get my friends to buy them to get money off of them, to buy in in a sense.
But you're just buying the shirt. I'm saying the other ones, they said, send us money and you will be on staff.
Yeah,
That's different in my opinion.
Okay. Why is that? What if they just like they also are getting a code, but they're doing exactly what I did? They had to put their money in to get the shirts. So basically, it's the same thing.
Those
Am I not
companies
making sense?
the companies
know.
that you pay probably don't give you money for shirt sales.
Well, I think
get
you get points and discount codes and stuff like that. I think somebody we know gets commission off of all of his sales.
Yeah. Or points, or however it's put
right
into play.
Yeah, you get them like transferred into points or something.
Yeah, but that's exactly what I'm saying too. Is like, yeah, for me at that point, it's almost the same thing. I didn't have to pay in technically, but I still had to buy a shirt because I'm supposed to, or I'm supposed to buy their shirt, or I'm supposed to buy jerseys to wear their jerseys.
Right.
So I'm technically advertising them like Deke is saying, but I'm still trying to get other people to buy it. So technically, because I wasn't really given anything, I'm buying into it, becoming a pyramid scheme. I just have the extra benefit of getting points.
Correct.
So that would be a pyramid scheme.
Well, no, because you're not technically putting any money forward.
Well, I mean, I
Yeah.
bought 2 shirts, so that's technically
Like for the example of where you're paying.
Yeah, but did you have to buy 2 shirts?
probably not. But I think because I'm going to be bowling in a
tournament and
PBA
they're going to
tournament,
want you to.
they want me to wear that
the
shirt.
shirt.
Then yes, I technically had to kind of buy in. I'm just throwing it out there as a
No,
as
I
a
get what
ad
you're
thing,
saying, but I think
because everybody's talking about one specific.
I think
thing.
what Kyle is talking about is there is no upfront payment just to get the deal.
No, I guess no.
Like
not
you-
really. I could have waited till I got points to wear it, but then technically I would be breaking the contract.
Well, yeah, but you didn't pay to get that ability to do it.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure that we're on the same page.
Yeah, you were
here, too.
offered the ability to have a discount code and get points.
Right. Just
instead
remember,
of
if you want to
buying
use
into
Lefty
it.
Love at the Zella checkout to get
Shameless
10% off
plug.
your order,
Or Will Bowl number 4 food.
you can use one of those.
I don't have one.
But no, what I'm talking about more is like you're paying $70 a month, for example.
You also they give you things too.
Yeah, but why are you calling it a staff? Is what I'm saying. You're not a staffer. You're paying a subscription fee.
I mean, I guess the word.
You know what I'm saying? They're it's a marketing ploy.
Staff is a loose term for them.
It's a marketing ploy in order to get people to sign. And there's no limit. Like it's just everybody's in, which is not a big deal. But like, no company, Nike's not going to do that. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, maybe they should.
they should probably sell more sneakers or shirts or whatever. But
I do think that
I don't think they're struggling.
I don't think that the staff is a bad thing. I think it's a good thing because it includes everybody who wants to be. It's not because people who enjoy the sport and want to, get more information or that. I mean, I guess the word staff is probably not the best word to use, but that's the word they went with. So maybe it's part of their thing. Like they're joining the family. You're joining a family of people who are in the same interests as you. So that's why they call it that.
I just hate the term staff because generally that brings around a certain type of ego.
I can understand that. I can understand where you guys are coming from, where the staff is kind of used a little bit loosely here. But I mean, aren't they
I have
able
seen
to,
Anthony walk around the lanes. I mean,
with what?
the ego he's talking about.
Do I have an ego?
Hey, you got the shoulders back, looking around.
Well, I was just saying that maybe they just want to call it that. I mean, it is what it is.
They can technically call it whatever they want.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, it's kind of just their. I guess people complain about it, but it's just what they call like a subscription. It's their subscription-based thing. So
Sure. I mean,
if you just want to call it a staff, then you just called it a staff. Like, it is what it is. I guess you guys are looking for more of like the employed or benefits type of people where they get something from that, and that's why they're called staff. But they just use it a little bit differently.
They use it very loosely.
I guess they would, yeah. I guess in this case, from what you guys are looking at, it would be. I mean, it doesn't not make sense, though. I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it's really hurting anyone.
No.
But from a company standpoint, it makes brilliant sense because they're getting everybody that, wants to wear a patch or be on quote unquote a bowling ball or company staff. Because even Beef and Barnesy had an episode today. How do I get on staff? So they brought in the Midwest or Northwest or something RSM from Storm on the show. So talk about how they do it. So like it's a thing. Everybody wants to be on it. So if they're going to take advantage of that word and say, you can be on our staff by paying X amount of dollars a month, then yeah, people are going to sign up for it instead of calling it a subscription service, which it is a monthly subscription. They're just using it as a what word am I looking for? Oh, marketing play, like I said. Is Jeff Rippick in the house? Deke Henrich says. Anyway, but yeah, Deke's bowling at Rippick's this weekend.
Oh yeah, there's a PBA 50 down there.
Deke's been mashing them recently.
No kidding.
It's that switch back to 15, Deke.
It's probably because he's on staff.
We still got to get Deke in here one of these days.
We should get Deke in here.
You think he like us?
I don't know.
He wants to.
He wants to be on this show.
I don't believe it.
So what do you think they should be then, Kyle, if you're going to be attacking these people? What do you think would be the...
They should be honest with them and tell them that they're just on a subscription service.
you could call it a loyalty program.
That's a good way to put it. That's 100% a good way to put it.
I mean,
but maybe that is what it's called. It's their loyalty program, but it's called their staff because that's their people.
Yeah, but you can be...
What's the definition of staff?
Okay, you got your phone. Mine's up there.
Look it up.
You can look it up. But I can almost guarantee, without knowing the exact definition, that it's basically an employee. You're actually providing a service to the company, and in return, you're getting compensated for it.
All the people employed by a particular organization. Number 2, a group of officers assisting an officer in command of an army formation or administration.
That's not
it. So I guess technically the staff would probably not be the best word for it. It would be more.
But employees, they technically employ you. They're paying you a commission of sales.
Well, in this case, I don't believe they are.
Not when you're paying $70 a month. Like it's
you're paying the $70 a month, but I don't think you get a code for that. I think that's what Kyle's trying to say.
Right.
Like at least in this case, I get a Kyle and I have discount codes to use. So technically, they're paying us back in however much we can.
Deke, pay your subscription. You'll be on staff. What are you waiting for?
That's an interesting.
Deke uses the best ball for Deke. He is no bowling company follower.
Don says volume customer.
There you go. Like loyalty program is what he's referring to.
Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a better way to put it. I don't know. Listen, I know I'm not as. I don't think it's as. You guys are making it out to be like, staff. But I mean, like, it's really not that bad. I get the term is used loosely and probably in the improper.
Did you read any
definition.
Arguments on the interwebs? Like, did you pick?
I saw a couple.
Did you pick it? Was there anything that stood out to you?
Yeah, what was good?
The one that I liked the most was that somebody responded that they should call it a loyalty program. That was my favorite one. That's why I remembered it. But I can't remember. I think it was on No, it was Bolage or
Bolage.
He has another
the
page
bowler
now.
Science Forum. I can't remember which one it was. No, it wasn't Science Forum. It was probably Bolage.
92 comments.
Well, that's not that many for blowing up.
Should be a couple hundred, I would think.
Some people said that is a genius selling tactic.
See?
It is.
Which it definitely is.
Yeah.
Then some other guy said, this is a hot take. And had a long thing here.
Was it Kyle?
No, I did not respond.
Some people wrote that they're on staff and they don't pay the annual fees or subscribe, but they're still on their staff. But I don't know if that means that they just signed up for it or if they got the compensation. So I'm sure that there's different levels of it.
Well, there are. There's excuse me. There's regional, there's national. Regional's free. National is money. But yeah.
I guess that there's some arguments in here where they're saying that you're getting a substantial discount for becoming a staff member. So technically your compensation is on the discounts that you get on a regular basis.
I see.
So technically, if they're buying one in the pro shop, like Deke said, it's kind of like undercutting the pro shop, or,
Mhm.
or not undercutting, but undermining them. Maybe.
Well, it
said,
is. I mean, like
You
if
know,
they're selling it,
if they want me to sell it, I have to sell it for $20. But then if you become a staff member,
you get it for
you
15.
get it for 15. They're never going to come to me to get it. So what's the point of me selling it? So they're
Right.
kind of cutting out the pro shop to try to go through their own way.
I will say, in my definition of compensation, getting a discount is not a compensation.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
You're
they're still making money
you're still
on it,
paying for product.
Right.
but they're still making they're not making as much on that product to the player. So technically, I guess you could count it as compensation where it's a little bit less. Don says some national guys get salary, some get balls and entry fees paid, which, yeah, it all depends on where you are and what you're with. I don't know. It's definitely.
Well, I mean, Ron Hicklin was on the show. He said that he paid EJ in crypto.
Yeah, he paid him in crypto. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
No, I know he's probably making bank on it.
Well,
Although I don't
maybe.
know what the state of crypto is right now. I
mean,
follow
it's
it.
Austin?
still expensive, but
You do follow it?
I don't follow it.
Oh.
I just
Austin's well
it's got to
versed in
still
the
be there.
Oh, he's well versed in the universe.
Yeah, he knows a lot of stuff. That's why.
I did make a substantial amount of money in Dogecoin when it was popular.
Oh, wow.
For you. Somebody also wrote on the Bolage page that they couldn't disagree with the hot take more. So I'm assuming that they
Whoa.
think that it was Michael Martell. There was nothing else on there. He said, I can't disagree with you more. Disagree more with you. So I'm assuming that there was nothing else said in the conversation. So there was nothing else to go off
Right.
of. But there is a lot of people who are taking that side.
I mean, to be honest, my take is it doesn't matter. I mean, either way, there's got to be some type of program like that, whether they want to call them staff, whether they want to call them a loyalty customer, whatever they want to call them.
A lot of guys are saying
I
this
mean,
isn't about CTD though, Kyle.
Well, no, there's also bowling ball companies that do the same thing.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just saying that some people are tagging Ron in this, and it seems,
Yeah, I know.
which is feel bad for the guy because he's getting all this random,
Yeah.
attention.
Well, I think he's the biggest one that people see that as.
Negative attention is
Right.
positive attention.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's technically bad. I don't think any publicity is bad in a way. I just think that they actually try to put out some informative videos as well. So it's really, sometimes it helps when the guys come in and talk to me because they see it there and I kind of know, okay, well, these guys are watching these guys and they're actually trying to help improve the game of bowling. And that's where we talk about, everybody talks about how negative the bowling world is. And of course, I've been a little bit negative. I got yelled at by my father last week for being too negative all the time.
the first thing he said when he walked in
Yeah,
here.
he's like, what's so negative about? But I don't really think I try to put the bowling world down, but I think that a lot of people try to put it down. And I think that's where people are having issues with because, we're supposed to be working to work together. And I think we talked about something a few weeks ago where the bowling world, some guy was going to do something and saw how we all treat each other and then he backed out his money. Or was that a dream I had?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What?
Yeah, there was a sponsor who wanted to sponsor something, but because of the way that all the bowlers talked about it, pulled out.
Well,
I don't remember.
There's a story that Deke told us, but that's not what you're talking about. There was a sponsor that was gonna give the PBA a bunch of money, but it wasn't.
PBA screwed up.
Yes.
Okay. Well, anyways, I remember maybe it was a dream I had then. I can't remember.
Must have been a good dream.
I don't know. Well, if you can remember it.
Back to your point, though, I think that's a bigger quote unquote issue. Although maybe it doesn't matter because if you want to sell CTD stuff, you can sell it or not. But that's a good point. Is do they care about having it in pro shops or not? I don't know. But there's no incentive for you to sell it.
No,
if they're going customer direct,
right?
And selling it more that way. So
because I did bring some CTD stuff in and I couldn't sell it.
Right.
And then I heard people were like, "Oh yeah, I got it from this guy because he's a staffer and he bought a gallon of it and whatever." So he charged me for it. And then I do think back in the day that they did say, "Yeah, you can buy it and then sell it to your friends or whatever." And then that kind of gets into the pro shop. I think that was a long time ago. That's more than when it first came out. I don't really see that anymore. But that's what people I think were doing is they would buy it from their staff page and then sell it to try to promote it, and then boom. Then they're like, oh, well, I want this stuff. Oh, yeah, just become a staff member. And then they get that discount.
Right.
So I don't really know if I guess if they're taking almost anybody, I guess you can't technically call it a staff. Don Harrington says saying staff makes the person feel better. Many people don't understand the levels of staff. I guess in this case, they don't really disclose it. Do they call it regional?
Well, yes. Well, if you're talking about CTD, they have 2 or 3 different levels.
They got national, regional,
But what I think he's referring to is actual staffers, where you have like a national staffer that gets, if I would guess, everything for free, maybe even paid or whatever. Then you'll have like a regional staffer. Maybe they get most stuff for free, or they have a limit of stuff, right? And then there's like your lower level staffers that maybe get a few balls for free, right?
Mhm.
Like, and then they pay for everything else. But that's still like a few stuff or a few things. You're not buying into a few stuff. That's a technical term, Austin.
that should be a shirt. A few
A
stuff.
few stuffs. But you're still not like paying. You're not buying into Brunswick to be a staffer. You know what I mean? For example, but they at least get a few things for free. So like, I remember I was bowling at Aniba once, and one of the kids was saying like, oh, I got to wear the Brunswick shoes. And I'm like, why? And he's like, well, because I'm a Brunswick staffer. And I'm like, what level? And he's like, 1, like the first level, which means he gets like, I don't know, a few balls or something, right?
That was their highest level.
Well, yes.
Before you get paid.
Yeah. But they have their levels are not very distinguished.
It's
But
like 1, 2, 3 or something.
yeah. But it's like he gets like a few balls or whatever,
Mhm.
and then they're gonna dictate what kind of shoes he can wear.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I tried them for like 6 months, and then they broke twice, and I had 2 different pairs. So then I went back to Dexter.
Yeah.
Like if they had a problem of it, your shoes broke twice. What do you want me to do?
Right.
I tried them.
Without saying his name, he wore a Dexter shoe on his right foot and a Brunswick shoe on his left foot.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah. So and I'm like, why are you doing that? He's like, because I have to wear Brunswick. I'm like,
yeah,
that's just silly.
they do say that, but at the same time,
and he had to pay
level
for the
we're at.
shoes. They don't just send you the shoes. He had to pay for them.
Yeah, no, like I did try the shoe. I won't lie. When I was on, I did try the shoe, and the mechanism, because I used the A tops, were not my friend.
They were not as good as
The Dexter.
What are those called?
Yeah, the boas. They're the
which
same
also
thing, but
still
they're
break.
top.
But
My boas have had no problem. I went back to Dexter just because 1, I like the shoe better, and 2, the laces didn't break or the boa didn't break on me again. So I mean, it is what it is. Bones is saying there are 3 levels. Brand ambassador, called a subscription. Regional staff is free. National staff is paid. I'm sure that at national staff level there are a few people that are not paid. Or does that mean paid?
no, you have to pay.
Well, I'm sure there is a national staff where it doesn't have to pay.
Right. But this
So
is
it's kind of
there's like EJ Tackett, national staffer. That's he's paid by the company, but
Sure.
national staff you have to pay.
Yeah, but I'm saying that EJ Tackett doesn't pay.
Of course not. He gets paid in crypto.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
he probably isn't paid at that level. So would that be a different level? Would that be like pro national or
Yeah, they don't have it
pro
listed.
level,
The elite.
the elite level? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there as a different thing. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, you're right. I guess, Kyle. By definition, it is thrown around loosely,
Just hold on loosely.
but yes.
Um,
They're just considered pro, so then they would just be their pro subscription or their pro
Whatever.
status,
Pro
yes.
contract.
well, anyway, we beat that horse pretty dead, I think.
Well, I was just trying to get some information on it because it was on the interwebs for a hot minute.
Very hot, very minute.
Was it like a hot minute, really? I mean, 95 comments is quite a bit
It's not as many as you would think, but
for a small
I
little
think
page like
I
that.
think what happens is people get excited because they realize
That one.
they're the ones that are in it, and then probably got upset about it.
The Alex Cavanero post had like thousands of comments.
Which one was that?
About the brackets.
Oh, the USB-C brackets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instantly. I
Yeah.
mean, thousands
well,
within a
I
couple
think that's
hours.
on a bigger. I think it's on a bigger scale, though.
Yeah, but all those same guys are probably getting
I
bowling
mean-
posts based on algorithm.
I think it would be. Yeah, I guess so. I think it would be. Yeah. Okay. You know what? Sure. I'm gonna go with it right now. Man, golf took a lot out of me today.
You got it, Deke. It was a little 38 special. Good call.
What the heck does that mean?
It's a band. You're an idiot. Just hold on loosely. Anyway. All right.
You know you're dealing with me in Austin. I'm 30 and Austin's like 28.
I know.
So.
I'm old. I'm getting gray. I get it. Gotten gray. Oh my god. So
It's
anyway,
okay, me and Anthony are both bald.
so
Yes,
tonight, not only are we bowling, we have to film a review after bowling.
Oh,
We should
it's
call
gonna
it
be
the
fun.
midnight reviews, and it's going to be the
should we do it on
all-new
Rock and Bowl? Screw everyone that wants to see
Ooh.
it.
I didn't tell my wife yet, so
Jesus, like she's watching.
you know, if you're watching,
I'm gonna be here late.
It'll be the all-new Phase AI. So, if you've been waiting for that from us, you'll get 2 righties and 2 lefties, 2 separate videos. If you're left-handed, you can watch the lefty video. If you're right-handed, you watch the righty video.
hold on.
Or if you don't care, you can watch either. What?
No. If you want to learn how to play straight, watch the lefties. If you want to hook it, watch the right.
Dude, neither of you play straight. Neither of you.
I look at 3.
Starting from where?
If anybody watched the last review, he's like, I'm looking at 2.5 arrow.
And I hit the 3.5 arrow.
I'm like, first of all, what is 2.5 arrow?
And then he said, I don't know if you caught it. He said, I hit the spot.
Yeah,
I hit what I was aiming at.
So I think what I actually do is I look at the arrows, but I actually try to hit a break point. I think that's how I actually bowl, because I watched and I was like, wow, I know I'm off. But like I think it was dead, but it was perfect shot. And I was like, but then I look at where the break point is, and it's like what I'm thinking of. It's like 2.5 ish.
man.
So I think that's what happens.
I don't know that your ball has ever found 2.5.
No, 2.5 arrow.
Oh, I mean 3 or 2, whatever.
3.5
So your break point.
Oh, I always look at 3 and I hit like 10.
Yeah.
But like,
No
I know
shot,
I
it's at
missed,
3.
but I think I'm trying to. It works.
The best part is Matt's like, what? Or I said, what ball should I compare it to? Because most of my pearls are weak,
I forgot to
and
ask that question.
not as strong as this one.
Not the same balls.
And so Matt's like, well, he hasn't thrown his yet. And he's like, I don't think this one's going to come off the spot as hard as the idle pearl, the optimal idle pearl. And I'm like, I know you see everything wrong, Matt.
But this one is
But yeah, this one hooks hard.
It's a hot hooker.
But yeah, it's a crazy ball. Like it hooks, man. It just goes left.
A lot of guys are saying this is the 1500 polish reincarnation with this new power edge. They're saying it's back. Storm is back with their balls that boomerang down the lane.
Boomerang.
oh,
Yeah.
it definitely boomerangs.
Well,
It
I
does.
was considering scuffing the polish when I like in the middle of the review, but I'm not sure that I will. Like I
You and
threw
Nick
it.
with the scuff in the
So
polish.
I threw it
Did throw it to a tournament club.
in the tournament club. So did you.
So we-
And it rolled really good on that
oh, we forgot to do
37.
club.
Oh, we can talk about it now. On that 37-foot bat pattern. Like it was the end of the day, of course. But when I needed to get way in and throw it right, man, it barreled back. And like I didn't have to, I didn't need it to, well, especially on that pattern because it's 37 feet. I didn't need it to read it any sooner. It needed to get down the lane. But it doesn't flip up and go forward like I see a lot in my pearls. A lot of my pearls change direction really fast and end up going forward. This one changes direction really fast, but then it continues.
I agree. I think it goes through the pins really well for me as well. And I did use it on the 37 feet tournament club in the final match. And it was like, I hadn't thrown it yet. And it was on the rack sitting up here. And I was like,
Might as well try it.
I'm in practice because I was waiting for my step ladder match. And I decided to throw it. I was like, this ball's actually not half bad right now. And I was a little surprised. And then I said, well, I'll use it if my IQ tour is a little too much or not enough. It ended up being not enough on the pair we were on. And I don't think I struck with anything on the right lane or on the left lane.
I think he was talking about Matt.
Yeah,
yeah,
just
he's
kinda-
talking about
yeah.
that. Yeah, nobody knows Matt's left. Nat doesn't know he's left-handed yet. But he's only like 31, but he'll figure it out soon. But the AI was a little bit stronger than the IQ Tour. It was a little bit more. It does corner a little bit harder, but it wasn't like a terrible look for a pearl ball. It was a
No.
little bit surprising how rolly it was for me on that. So I was like, oh, this ball's going to be kind of rolly. I threw it in a league this week, and that's what I've been shooting all my leagues with. And turns out that this ball just is good. Like it strikes a lot. So I'm excited for it. Actually, I don't want to give anything away, but this one might be the replacement for the ball that I will compare it to tonight. Even though I really like the other ball, we'll have to see what happens.
I don't know what to compare it to.
Yeah, mine's not replacing anything. This is a whole new spot in the bag. Like,
so do you have like the 4-ball bag now? Did you add like a spot in?
Well, the problem is like I said,
stitched it all together.
I might have to. I don't know what I would drop. I mean, maybe a solid.
Like if you had
Don't
to pick
drop the
6
Vibo.
balls, if
Tell
you had
you
to pick
what.
6 balls, his Vibo. He doesn't have a Vibo.
The lightning blackout.
Lightning blackout.
You guys always write Vibo. I'm
I
like,
know.
no, dude, it's not a Vibo. Like it's a lightning blackout.
Yeah,
But,
that one.
what would you if you had to go with 6? Think about your 6. You're gonna go to Baton Rouge today. And one's obviously your axe. You've got 5 slots. I mean, that's what you would have to think what would be coming out.
So,
Which I don't think that the ball that I have in mind would come out, but
I don't think
have specific.
I think it is too strong for me to want to bring it.
I don't know when anybody's going to use it, to be honest with you, because it hooks a mile.
I know, but the nice thing about it is like when I have to get deep,
How deep?
like middle arrow or left,
Yeah.
sometimes my pearl stuff can't make the turn. Okay.
Mhm.
So
Well,
like,
you've been sticking your thumb in your left ear.
so thank you, Taylor. So this one actually makes it back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this ball definitely is something that where we didn't have with the Reactive Gloss. Reactive Gloss, I always, even though the more recent ones like the Star and the Optimum Idol have been pretty good.
So if I had to pick the 5,
Jesus,
sorry,
man.
I know, but if I had to pick the 5, I got to do it. Reality check, because that's my 2-inch,
Mhm.
which
Yep.
worked
Mhm.
for 5 games on Sunday
Mhm.
on 37 feet.
Oh, did you win the Eliminator Tuesday?
Jerk. Anyway, reality check would be second.
Summit Ascent.
Ooh, yeah, probably.
Mhm.
Yep. Phase
Phase what?
AI.
You got to be specific.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the phase AI.
Lightning Blackout.
Blackout.
Axe.
Already got the axe in there. One more. Oh, star. Attention star.
Star.
That would be it.
That's a lot of pearl stuff for you.
I tend to get to pearl stuff a lot quicker because I think my ball speed. And then if we're talking about strictly nationals, then
Well, I was just saying, like, if you had to leave today.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is team event, they break down somewhat quick. So
My bag would be really easy. Zenu.
red ball.
Summon Ascent Deke. That is a fantastic ball. These Summon Ascent.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't bring the red ball. I'd bring 2 Zenus, spare ball. And then I'd bring like a Ion Max and like a Ion Tour or whatever it is, and the Sublime Focus. What the freak you guys need Pearl for? Gotta control front to back.
You forget about
I
game
wish.
3.
I didn't use a Pearl ball.
I know.
Oh,
You're
I did.
the only lefty.
Summit Peak. I did the last game of
Oh, that's
a
right.
team.
Yep.
I definitely could have.
You broke the lanes down for yourself.
Oh yeah. No, probably not.
He
I
was
just-
throwing charcoal. What do you expect?
I threw the red ball and idle, but I mean, yeah, when you're, the Summit Ascent, I think is a little bit more forward, but my pin down one is a little bit smoother, but it doesn't corner as hard. So like, I think that's where the difference is.
So I did want to talk about the bat though, because the Batmobile, the bat pattern that we bowled on Sunday, it was interesting because it's a brand new pattern for the PBA. They bowled on it, I think, only once, unless there was some regionals that we didn't notice. But the PBA 50 bowled on it, so Deke and Don, I think, both bowled on it, and it's 37 feet, but it's really hard to play unless you're fast or you're high speed, I should say. Or lower revs. It's hard for me. It was really hard to play on the gutter. Like I had to play starting 10 and throwing it to the gutter in order to get it to the right.
That ball is that ball.
You
That
kept the
lane
ball to the right.
I'm saying I had to
God.
get it that direction.
I was dead center or left of the head pin probably 90% of the balls I threw.
Yeah, that pattern is loaded very early. Like they only oil 18 feet on the way
And
down.
I forgot my urethane ball.
I don't know how you forgot your urethane. The number starts with a 3 for your If the number starts with a 4, bring urethane. But the pattern's loaded really early, so it doesn't seem like there's as much oil down lane where there's a lot of hole, a lot of wiggle room. For me, they were really really straight. You could play really straight if you had enough surface and just grab something that was very controllable. I did throw urethane just to play around with urethane. I don't think that urethane is the look on that pattern just because it is loaded up so early.
And then it seems to me like I didn't even have it. Neither of mine are drilled since I've changed my span. So I didn't even try them. But from the look of it, I would guess that it would be going pretty forward down the lane.
I mean, it was okay. I mean, I threw the cheater
from my
one.
side of the lane.
Oh, I threw the cheater one, the 72 thermometer one.
Zenu.
Yeah, I threw the red one. It wasn't great. I threw the Zenu after just because
Zenu looked really good.
Yeah, it was really good. If I had another one, I would have sent it to 500, and I probably would have used it the whole time. But I did switch to an IQ Tour and shot like 260 the last game. So I don't know if you could just use a little bit less ball, or if I could have been into like an Ion Pro or like an IQ Tour, or like I guess even a Summit Ascent would be okay because it's a little cleaner of a ball, but it still is kind of like revy and rolly. Like I don't really think you need the urethane on that 37-foot pattern. I think the better looks come from the resin because there is so much oil, and I'm not gonna say in the front part of the lane, but there's not as much down. So, as in down lane podcast. So you don't need the urethane to try and slow down and create the taper in the pattern. You can just use the resin stuff and it hooks early enough. And I didn't use any surface on anything else. I think I just used it on my urethane balls because you didn't really need to control it too much.
For me, anything that was a lot of surface would hit the lane and go left. Like I could not keep it to the right. But even though the reality check
comes at 4,000, I think.
Yeah, but I think I might have hit it with 1,000 or 2,000 a long time ago. So it hasn't been touched in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, lane shine.
Yeah. That one is able to control the lane a lot better. Because I didn't want to go right into a pearl because it would, even though they hook,
they seem a little over
it would
under
still be too clean for a pearl.
Yeah, you got it right. It wouldn't hook enough. You got it left. It hooked too early. It responded too fast. I did see that with a few guys, and I tried to say, oh, you might stay in something a little bit duller.
Mm-hmm.
Keep yourself a little forward. I even wrote a pattern summary for everybody, which I thought was okay written.
Yeah, everybody was happy to have it. I
Really?
got some response. Yeah, they
very
said
good.
They liked it
because the people I bowled with didn't read it. So like I bowled with my nephew.
And did it show?
I bowled with my nephew. I bowled with Jake, and I bowled with Jim.
All right. Well, Jake crushed him.
Oh, I didn't. Oh no. Yeah. So Jake Watt read it. My nephew, I said, "Did you read the summary?" And he goes, "Yeah, half of it." I said, "Well, the other half was the summary." He goes, "Yeah." Then I didn't read it. So then I talked to Jimber.
Yeah.
Jim McLean.
Yeah.
And I was like, "So did you read my email?" And he goes, "No." I said, "Well, I put a pattern overview in there so you could like read it. And even though you bowled on it on Saturday, maybe you could have made some different decisions." And he's like, "Yeah, I didn't read it." So like the three people I talked to, well, I don't think Jake read it either. He bowled on Saturday.
Yeah, but he crushed him.
Yes, he did. He bowled really well too.
Yeah,
he did, but he bowled well too. Like he was in the right part of the lane
Mm-hmm.
with the right equipment. He made good ball changes. The other guys, if they got lost, it seems as if they don't really have the direction needed to strike or to get themselves back where they need to be. They kind of fish around a little bit more, and that's what the overview is for, is to try to help you be there. I really didn't tell people to move left. I said you're going to want to start a little bit closer to the gutter with your stronger, your sanded balls
Mm-hmm.
to control the lane. But I saw immediately, I looked down and people were just left trying to wheel it. And I'm like, that's not it. Like you see a lot of hook and people want to do that, and it's supposed to be the other way around.
Yep.
So Kyle, what lanes are you? Matt, you're on
15 and
27-28. Zach Phillips wants Division 3 next tournament. Yep, you'll be the only one in that division. And there's
now hold on a second. I might be down
Zach,
there.
you earned it, buddy. You earned Division 3.
I might be down there.
There's no payouts in Division 3. You can just be there, and if you hit anything, yeah, you're gonna try and get into Division 2. You're already below it, so if you hit anything, you get a minus.
Matt, to answer your question, you're on 15 and 16, I believe.
I already told him. I don't know what our lane assignments are. So
11 and 12. Sorry.
Okay, so he's in the building.
Yeah,
because I said
11 and 12
27
confirmed.
Matt, you're in the building. But it was a good pattern. It was a good turnout. Congratulations to Mark James, who was going to be moved up to Division 1. He won Division 2. And congratulations to Jake and all of our cashers. We had a few other guys.
Congratulations to Anthony.
Yeah,
for winning Division 1.
Yep, thank you.
Chump.
I did good. I held my own. I 7-10 in the last.
I mean,
game,
it seems like a lefty pattern, anyways. Come on.
Oh,
it
well,
was.
2 lefties won.
That's your fault.
It is my fault. I did pick it. So
Like I saw that and I was like, perfect.
Sign me up.
Twice. I only brought one. I walked in. Somebody's like, "Well, where are all your bowling balls?" I said, "Well, I got a urethane, this ball, and my spare balls here." I said, "I should be all right." I brought like 3 or 4 balls, and I said, "I gave you the overview. It's not going to be too crazy." I think. What did you think though? Did you have the ball down, or did you have to move left? Did you have to do both? Because I just wrote in the email, you're going to move a little bit left and still throw it to that hook
again.
spot.
All day I used the reality check for all 5 games of qualifying, and then just moved left. And I had a great look all day. The reason why I didn't score more is because of mistakes and hitting 17 and 18. But I made a mistake in the 5th game, which caused me to shoot a 190 instead of maybe a 210 or 220. Yes. But and also me hitting 17 and 18.
I shot 260 on 9 and 10.
Okay. Is that good?
Man, I'm glad you guys had 200 games.
I had I only think I had a 198 and the rest were 200s.
But once we got to finals in the step ladder,
4 140s.
I was practicing, and I was on the practice pair.
Really?
And I threw the AI a couple times. I'm like, oh, it looks okay.
Yeah, tell me more.
And then you relax. All right, we know you won. Okay. And then what else did I throw? I threw the reality check.
We were on 11 and 12,
yeah.
right?
Oh, and then I threw like the lightning blackout, and they all looked okay.
Oh, I like the blackout though because it was clean and smooth.
Right.
Like it was like not.
But then I got down to the finals pair.
I never hooked.
It didn't do anything.
Oh, neither mind.
So then I threw the AI, and it was gorgeous. But I made a couple of mistakes. I shot 210. Mark Taylor showed up with his stomping boots and shot 260 in my face. So that was good.
Yeah, the final match, I think I shot 180 to win 190.
Yeah. Where was that the second game? The game that I was bowling when I shot 210 and you shot 180, 170 or whatever it was.
Because he was bowling you, not Anthony.
I just kept it close.
Fair enough.
I kept it close. I wasn't worried about anything. You know, I knew that in the end, my left hand was going to do what it needed to do to make things happen. You got it's all trust in this hand right here. Like
we need a shirt that just says "It's my left hand."
Yeah.
I always thank my left hand in all my.
Before we
social
go,
media
Austin,
posts.
you have anything to say about Sunday? What would you have done differently to get the ball to the pocket?
Bring 6 different balls.
Brought purple hammer. Like,
dude, the ball touched the lane and it was already going left.
Art Hoffman used purple hammer for 3 or 4 games, and he
I
crushed
will
it.
say
Oh,
I had
made it.
a decent look with the plastic ball right up 5. If I actually hit 5.
And we paid out 12 people out of 33.
Mhm.
And we gave away 2 bowling balls.
Yeah. Thank you to Storm.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
Good first turnout.
Yeah. Well, a big turnout.
We had more than
35 bowlers or something on
Yeah.
our first turnout out of 54, whatever we got on the roster right now.
1 through 18. That's probably the most lanes we've ever used.
Ever.
But it also kept the pace going good because some had 3, some had 4s.
Yep.
And it was good. It was a good
It's a good time.
Now
Good
we
time.
have cornhole this weekend, and neither of you two are showing up.
I got to work, man.
I said I might show up and watch.
I don't understand the watch. Why you just
Cornhole's not my vibe, man.
Not my vibe. If there's a word that would get you kicked off this podcast, it's that word.
You
Yeah,
like
my
the word
vibe is
vibe?
not right now.
You both are trying to quit.
Dude, chakra, man.
All
Gotta
right,
fix
guys,
your
it is
chakra.
time for us to go bowling. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click the bell to get alerts from the channel. I thought you were going to hit me.
PTSD.
Don't stare at me because I know you're going after me. If you are listening on iTunes or Spotify or your favorite podcast outlet, don't forget to rate us a 5-star review or thumbs up or whatever they do to rate those podcasts, and share us with your friends to make us uber popular. And on the YouTube this week or next week, whenever we get it done and edited, the Phase AI review videos will be out. So keep an eye out for those. Whew.
Now, hold on a second.
Oh, what now?
You're going to use the word Uber,
I use it all
and
day
we
today.
can't use vibe?
Uber is a real word.
I use the word Uber all day.
Vibe
today.
is a real word.
Vibe's only good for the bowling ball.
I was Marcel's Brisson's Uber all day to the senior D's.
And he striped them every
Did you have the
time.
little blue light in there, Uber?
That'd be great.
All right. Well, that does it. Austin, good show tonight. Thank you to Jack Scaccia, proprietor of Town and Country Lanes. Anthony, good show. Thank you to my family, Stephanie, Zach, and Ethan.
Jam bread.
We will see you guys next week. This is Down Lane Podcast.